A kangaroo, I love a kangaroo. A kangaroo needs to cross a highway that is 10 meters across. If the kangaroo covers exactly 1 1/4 meters each time it hops, how many hops would it take the kangaroo to cross the highway? All right, so let's think about what this means. I have this highway, and it is 10 meters across. I know that this kangaroo is going to hop, and 1 1/4 is each hop. And I have to figure out how many of these hops will there be. So if you think about this from a picture standpoint, we are basically taking this street and we're dividing it into 1 1/4 sections, right? How many of those sections are we going to have? Sometimes if you're looking at a problem and you're like, I don't know, do I add, subtract, multiply, divide, do something else? Can you write it down? Can you draw a picture to see what this means? Because then you might be able to say, okay, I have a 10-meter highway. I want to divide it into 1 1/4 segments to see how many of those hops do we have. All right, let's do the math. If I have a whole number 10 divided by a mixed number. Well, that doesn't work so well. So we're going to take our whole number and we are going to divide it by an improper fraction. So I first need to take 1 1/4 and make it an improper fraction. So I take 1 times 4, add to the top. So 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 gives me 5/4. Changing a mixed number to an improper fraction. Now I am ready to divide 10 by 5/4. If I want to divide fractions, first I'm going to make that 10 a fraction simply by putting it over 1. When I'm dividing fractions, it makes my brain a lot happier if I can see 2 fractions. So I have 10 over 1 divided by 5/4. Let's think about our rules of dividing fractions. Well, I take the first fraction, it stays the same, and I'm multiplying by the reciprocal. So instead of division, I change that to multiplication, and then the reciprocal of 5/4 means I flip it. The reciprocal to 5/4 is 4/5. Now I am ready to multiply fractions. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. The first way is simply multiply straight across. I would end up with 40 over 5, and that reduces to 8. That's one way to do it. We can also say 10 over 1 times 4 over 5. Well, when we multiply, we can reduce anything to in the numerator and denominator. So I know that 5 and 10 are both reducible, right? They can both be simplified by a factor of 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Equivalencies, only numerator to denominator. So this is the same as 2 over 1 times 4 over 1, which is still 8. So either way you do it, you get the answer of 8. So that means it would take 8 hops for that kangaroo to completely cross the street.